What about the Justice Department? Now, we heard a lot, okay, about how weaponized Justice Department was under Joe Biden, all right? The immortal Merrick Garland, Attorney General. Where is Merrick? What happened to Merrick? Joe disappeared, but I know where Joe is. He's in Delaware, wandering around in his jammies, all right? I don't know where Merrick is. He just got out of town, I guess. Well, joining us now is our go-to guy for Justice Department stuff. Brett Tolman is a former US Attorney for the state of Utah, in the state of Utah, I should say, not for, and joins us now from South Dakota. What are you doing in South Dakota again? You got another property there or something? Is that what you do?
That's where the horses are. So we try to spend some time in the mountains.
Ah, the horses don't want to go up the mountains. It's too hard. So you're in the flatlands of South Dakota. Now I know. All right, where's Merrick Garland?
You know, I'm told that he's taken some time off, got to recuperate, I guess, from the scrutiny that he endured. I'm told that he's working on a book deal and that he's looking at options among very large law firms in Washington, D.C. So not surprising. That seems to be the MO of a lot that, after leaving as Attorney General.
All right. If you can get in touch with him, tell him to call me. I have a great title for his book, okay. How I Screwed Trump by Merrick Garland. That big bestseller, huge, but he'd have to tell the truth. I believe that Merrick Garland took orders from the Biden White House, not Joe, because Joe wasn't cognizant from day one, but from Ron Klain and the others, to really put the screws to Donald Trump. That's what I believe as an American. Do you believe that?
I do believe that, Bill. I think you've nailed it. I mean, Merrick Garland was furious about not getting the appointment. I think he constantly had Trump as his number one target. And if you look back at the cases that he was authorizing, they were devoid of the necessary law and facts to support the effort in general, but I don't think he cared about that. I think he wanted a divide and conquer strategy among Trump and his supporters.
All right, you outran your coverage, to use a football metaphor, when you said he was disappointed about he didn't get the appointment to the Supreme Court. Okay, so Garland was being considered. And then that did not happen. All right, so I could never, ever understand why Mar-a-Lago raid took place. I never could understand it because they could have done it, as you know, as everybody knows, in a much more subtle way, as they did with Joe Biden. Okay? Both men were asked a number of times to return documents. Both men prevaricated, word of the day. They didn't respond as they should have, both of them. And one got, 80 guys coming in with machine guns and the other has nothing. I mean, I think I'm a simple man. That's about as simple as it gets, right?
Well, it is. And I think the American people had the same sentiment. They literally watched two individuals that had classified documents and they saw firsthand a completely different approach to each one. And the Justice Department was never supposed to be that sort of, picking and choosing of winners and losers based on political affiliation.
Everybody's supposed to get the same, be treated the same under a justice system.
That's right.
Pam Bondi, you know her?
I do, very well. Very good friends with her.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think she's got, she certainly has a difficult task ahead of her. And Bill, think there's 115,000 employees in the Department of Justice and over 11,000 lawyers. And many of those, I mean, you can see the level of bureaucracy she's dealing with. But I think she's going to impress people. She's going to be quieter than some of the appointees, and then she's going to come out with some things, and it's going to take people by surprise. But not those of us that know her. She's very strong. She's very smart. And she waits until she has exactly what she needs before she will make an announcement.
What does she have to do?
So right now, there are a couple of things. First, the level of bureaucracy in the Department of Justice is formidable, even for an attorney general, for the deputy attorney general. And what I mean by that is they've been given so much power over the years that it can become a battle between the political appointees and those that are inside the department. So she does have to get into the bureaucracy and weed it out, get rid of everybody that isn't willing to follow the lead of Pam Bondi and the head of the executive, Donald Trump. And that's a full-time gig in and of itself.
Do you
She's
believe that
also
there's a left-wing culture? That's the best word. Do you believe there's a left-wing culture in the Justice Department?
So I'm told that while Merrick Garland was Attorney General, that a review of donations to political candidates was 90% Democrat among the 115,000 employees in the department.
Has that ever been published anywhere?
I don't know that it's been published. I think it was. It was an effort to try to ascertain based on who they know are donating, and I don't think it included U.S. attorneys' offices.
Okay.
So this would be Washington, D.C. based.
You didn't support Gates for Attorney General, did you? Matt Gates?
No. No, in fact, Bill, I know that my name was being thrown around and considered, and I was surprised to see, Matt Gates all of a sudden nominated. I think that was an effort driven by Gates for whatever purposes, and we can all kind of speculate. I don't think there was many close to the president that believed that was gonna carry the day.
No, Trump didn't believe it either. We had Pam Bondi warming up in a bullpen. All right, final question. Now, the FBI is a mess, and obviously Pam Bondi has to oversee Kash Patel in his job. Do you believe that the FBI now, is it possible to reform that agency because of McCabe and Comey and all of these things that have happened over the last 8 years? Is it possible that Patel can get the ideology out of that?
Yeah, I do know Kash. His determination is real, and it is unmatched in a lot of ways. And what I mean by that is, I know that he wants to return the FBI to actually investigating crime across the country. That's a refocusing of the leadership and regional leadership, state leadership, and national leadership. And I think he'll do it because that's his one mission. We want to investigate, root out violent crime and drug trafficking across the country. And I think if they focus on that, they'll get it done.
The one worry I have is that with Bongino, and they might go right. They might try to impose a conservative ideology on the FBI. And that wouldn't be good.
No, politics is not good in our largest law enforcement or in our largest, organizations that the country depends on for national security and for, peace and the pursuit of happiness in this country depends on how that agency is being led.
Well, we all need protection, that's for sure. And it's breaking down on the state level, particularly here in New York and California. And we do need a good FBI. Good to see you again, Brett. Thank you for taking the time. We'll talk again soon, I hope. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on X. Look for @Bill O'Reilly.